While searching for video snippets for my last theory about the origins of the Hellwalkers, I found something weird that's probably nothing important, but here I come to make a much bigger deal about it. Now that I have that in place, here's what I want to say about this theory. It's huge! No, but all joking aside, what I found is at least interesting, and here it is. When Kratos and Atreus meet the only humans in the game, one of them addresses two others by their names, and here they are.
Sigmund, you're nice!
I should say that when doing the Google search, their names came out spelled with a minor different letter. For Sigmund, the E was dropped, and for Gunter, the H was added. I don't think this is a big deal since Norse names have a bunch of different ways of translations. For example, the character Gunter can also be spelled as Gunnar, and Sigurd, another character I'll talk later, can be spelled as Siegfried. So this might be Corey just trying to throw us off. Now, before I tell you who these guys are in relation to the Norse legends, I want to point out that it's really unlikely that the developers of any game would give names to two grunts of a group of enemies that will last about 3 minutes and have no importance to the plot of the game. Think about it, there has never been a grunt from the God of War games singled out by giving him a name. They're always addressed as a group. It's always the Draugrs, the Undead Legion, the Hellwalkers, and so on. Also, while searching for their stories, I noticed something interesting. These are not two random characters, these are family names and they've had interactions with each other. So this only adds to the suspicion to their inclusion in the game. But anyways, who are these guys? Well, I'll give you the backstory of Sigmund because he's the foundation for these two characters. So sit back, grab some popcorn, because this is more complicated than a Spanish soap opera. It all starts with Volsung, who's the father of Sigmund and Signy, and many other sons, but they don't really matter. Anyways, Signy marries the king of the Godlands, and while at the wedding feast, Odin comes in disguise as an old man and plunges the sword Graham into a tree, and proclaims that whoever can pull it out can keep it as a gift. Everyone takes their turn, including the king, but Sigmund is the only one capable of pulling it out, and this makes the king jealous, so he offers Sigmund to buy it off his hands, but he refuses. So after 3 months have passed, the king invites all of the Volsung clan to his kingdom and kills Volsung and imprisons all of his sons, including Sigmund. The king orders his werewolf mother, yes, that's right, to kill one of his brothers each night. She kills all of them until Sigmund is the only one who remains. Then Sigmund's sister Signy covers her brother's face with honey so that when the werewolf comes to kill him, it starts licking the honey off his face. And Sigmund sees an opportunity to kill the werewolf, so he bites her tongue off and kills it. After the escape, Sigmund moves to the forest to plan his revenge against the king. After a long period of time, his sister Signy shapeshifts and sleeps with her own brother. She gives birth to a son and they name him Sivtoli. He proves to be a worthy warrior, so Sigmund assigns him as his partner in the revenge plan for his father Volsung. Later they keep on killing other clans and making a living out of it. They also come upon men sleeping in cursed wolf skins, and once they kill them, they wear the cursed skins and turns them into werewolf. It's a weird story, I know. Now, here's where it starts to get all soap opera-like. So first, Sigmund marries a woman named Borghild. Later, Sivtoli kills Borghild's brother because they were competing for another woman. Later, Borghild avenges his dead brother by killing Sivtoli. I guess Sigmund didn't like his wife killing his own son, so he married another woman named Hjordi. I told you, straight up soap opera. After Sigmund faces against an old man and turns out to be Odin in disguise, he shatters the sword Graham and dies at the hands of his enemies. As he dies, he tells his wife Hjordi that she's pregnant with a son that will put the pieces of the sword Graham together to make a great weapon. And the son's name is Sigurd. Now, does it make sense to say that the Sigmund mentioned here is the same one as the one from the Norse legends? No, there just isn't enough information about him. The only thing that correlates to the one from the story is that he lives in a forest. Plus, if we follow the full story, we will notice that Sigmund and Gunter are a generation apart, meaning Gunter knows Sigmund's son, Sigurd, instead. Now, this is not a speculation on my part. There is another complicated soap opera story like the one I just read, so if you want, you can read it once you finish the video. But there is a section of the story that mentions how Sigurd helps Gunter get a wife, none other than the Valkyrie Brumhild. And no, I checked, she's not among the one Kratos gently ripped the wings off of. If one of these guys is the actual Gunter from the story and you killed him, Brumhild would be pretty happy because she hated him. So could we have a Valkyrie as an ally in the next game? I'm not saying it will happen, I'm just mentioning that these are not all the Valkyries from the Norse legends. And I'm sure one of them would want to give Odin a piece of her mind for locking up her sisters in these cursed bodies. The other character of importance is Sigurd, because Sigurd is the warrior that kills the dragon Fafnir, and if you bother yourself to play some of the side missions of the game, you will notice that Kratos releases the dragon Fafnir into the open.
Where you go, you wee little bugger?
Now this could be the events that sets in motion the fight between Sigurd and Fafnir. I think this has more of a probability of happening because Corey himself has said that even these seemingly meaningless side missions will have an effect on the overall story of the series. Hear that, Assassin's Creed? But honestly, I hope that Sigurd becomes a boss battle. You know how much I love a good boss battle, and Sigurd checks all the boxes for a cool one. Capable warrior, and has one of the most powerful swords in all of Norse mythology. But then again, the events that take place between Sigurd and Fafnir are dated to the 4th century AD, quite ahead of the pre-migration era of the series. But these are the kind of problems one has to face when time travel is involved. Sure, it seems impossible that these guys are back in time, but Mimir has said that something changed when Kratos killed Baldur. He mentions that Fimbulwinter wasn't expected for 100 winters.
Another prophecy.
No, brother. Prophecy doesn't expect this for 100 more winters at least. You've changed something. Prophecy didn't count on you.
So in the same way the events of the Volsung clan can be pushed back in time too? Time is really flexible in Norse mythology, guys. Another explanation for their names being here is that Santa Monica is teasing some sort of DLC content or future spin-off. As you know, the new God of War has sold like hotcakes, and it would make sense to squeeze some more money out of it by giving us the story of Sigurd, one of the greatest warriors in Norse mythology, with the purpose to further build up the mythology. This to me seems the most unlikely, but you never know. Right now you may be asking yourself, so what's the conclusion? And honestly, there is none. I only know two things. Number one, these are not common Viking names. Like if you made a game about Kuba and named one of its characters, I don't know, Roberto, I couldn't make a big deal out of it because there's a lot of people named like that. And number two, their names represent family clans which have had interactions with each other. You see what I mean? This is not random. There is a purpose to Corey's madness. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, what did you guys think? Could this be Sigmund and Gunter from the Norse legends? Let me know in the comments below. Sorry if I was too open-ended for a theory, it's just that I found it weird that they were mentioned. I still want to make more God of War videos, some more theories, maybe some lore videos. I'm also doing live streams every Tuesday and Thursday if you're interested in asking me more questions about the theories, as well as to propose new ones, and you know, have fun. Also, I want to thank all of you guys. My channel has re-exploded. I mean, the theory about the trumpet has had over 40,000 views. That's crazy, and I can't thank you enough. If you're new to the channel and like this kind of content intrigues you, maybe subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications when videos are uploaded. You can also check more of my videos like the theory of the trumpet call or the origins of the Hellwalkers. And that will be all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
The idea is control. Control of the future. Control of his fate. He'd control every realm of every land in every world if he could. Every potential pocket of resistance.